Welcome to Two Guys Garage. Now we all love to hit the throttle, get kicked back and feel that roar. But you know what? There's a result to that coming right out the tailpipe. Now imagine in the 70s in LA when you could only see for one block, the smog was so nasty. Well, today we've come up with ways to clean up our environment but still keep that high horsepower. Stay tuned. Okay, got our 02 BMW 330i. You know, it's just feeling kind of sluggish. So we're thinking, hey, let's check out the Cat and see how it's looking. Now, if you look, here's the original. We've got our new reproduction here that we're gonna put in. You got your O2 sensor on the front, catalytic converter, and another O2 sensor out back, and then coming out the tailpipe. Now, what does it do? Catalytic converter takes stuff from the engine, converts it into nice, happy air. Let's show you how that works. Got your gasoline, so obviously in your combustion chamber, you're adding fire, oxygen, so you take gas and oxygen, you burn it in there. Now if it was a perfect world, you'd end up with H2O and carbon dioxide, water and CO2. Everybody's happy, right? Well, unfortunately, sometimes you get some phosphorus, you get sulfur, either from the oil or additives, nitrogen, the air, the burning process itself. Let's say you've got contaminants coming through the rings. So it's not a perfect world. You get carbon monoxide, which obviously is poisonous. You get hydrocarbons, which can turn into smog. You can get oxides of nitrogen, which can also turn into smog or acid rain. Well, what do we do in order to counteract these? We've got the catalytic converter. So let's talk about what can kill a catalytic converter. Misfires, say your coil goes out, you're sending gas straight in there and it blows up, gets super hot. Now you've burned up the catalytic converter, it doesn't work. Let's say contamination, something like burning oil. Maybe you've got oil coming past the rings. That can clog it up, make it not work. Silicates, like say you got a head gasket leak, you're getting antifreeze coming through the sucker. That can hurt it too and make it fail. So long story short, if your engine runs properly, keep it maintained well, these things really will last a long time. Now to see the magic inside of this, we actually sent Byrd to Catco. He's gonna show you how they make these and all the cool stuff that's happening. Check it out.
All right, man, I'm finding cool parts everywhere. Looks like we got some finished assemblies almost, so we must be getting closer. Now, we're out here looking for Bill in the R&D center, and I'm assuming this is where a lot of the action's gonna be happening and how this stuff gets started. So, you must be Bill.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So, this is the R&D center?
This is the R&D center. This is where we bring all the vehicles in. We work with a lot of the local dealers, private parties. We'll get a vehicle in, we'll take down the OEM exhaust system, and what we'll try to do is duplicate it with catalysts we have that are certified either on the EPA, California, whatever, certification level we're trying to comply to.
Okay, so you guys are doing everything from three-way automotive catalysts to diesel?
Yeah, we do some LPG, we do some CNG on the industrial side as well.
Okay. Now, I look around and this is like a fabricator's dream shop. Everything from benders to raw materials. I see we've got plate over here for what, making flanges?
Making flanges, right, brackets, whatever we need to do. If it's a flange that there's a lot of volume to, if it's something that we can buy from a stamping house or from another supplier, we'll do that. But a lot of these prototyped items, it's kind of like almost one-ofs, if you will. There's no supplier.
Right, right.
So we'll burn them out on the plasma here.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because that just keeps you moving, keeps you agile. I see you've got a lot of make-from parts, so you can just get the job done.
Right.
Now, over here, it looks like we're making the next fixture, the jig.
Yep, this is actually taking the prototype assembly and actually building a assembly fixture, a welding fixture.
Okay.
This is for a Mercedes. We have about 4,000 SKUs in the product line as far as California and EPA.
Pretty good lineup of componentry out there for people to pick from. And
basically direct fit converters from 1975 when catalysts started being put on cars to present.
Okay. So from here, I assume eventually it'll start looking a little more like this one, right?
Yeah, this is a finished part. This is one of the manifold converters for a Focus, and basically this was one that Gary had done in the past. This is ready now to go to production. This sample here actually also is the red sample, the control sample, and it'll be used by QC to make sure that the fixture and everything, nothing got jostled during storage and setup, and everything fits and works out real nice.
Cool. Well, I know there's a whole lot more, but we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to take it to the next level.
This segment of Two Guys Garage is brought to you by iBrakeParts.com. For all of your braking needs, look to iBrakeParts.com, your online stopping destination.
Hey, welcome back. We're here at Catco to uncover some of the mysteries and the technology behind your emission system, the catalytic converter, the magical piece that makes it all work. Now you can see here we've got an assembly line of feeder pieces. This is going to go in the fixtures that we saw over in the R&D center. So we got everything from flex couplers to something that looks like this, something you're not going to make in your garage at home. And what that's going to do is allow these guys to flex between several different assemblies at one time. We got guys feeding the assemblies, we got welders on the other side. Out the other end comes completed parts. Now, this is Jeff. Jeff is the plant manager here at Catco, and I'm pretty impressed with some of the complexity of the individual parts and even the assemblies that you guys make.
Yeah, this is where the industry's going. Building the cat right into the exhaust manifold, where you're getting the cat closer to the engine, better light off, better performance. You know, and that's where a good chunk of your pollution comes from.
Absolutely. If you can get that cold start nailed, your whole drive cycle is going to be a whole lot reduced on the emission side.
Right.
But that's forcing you to get a little more creative on getting some of these complex stampings to get the geometry you need.
Right, that's correct, Kevin. You know, and there's more and more of this coming into the industry, and over here at Catco, we're not afraid to handle it.
All right, to really see inside one of these guys, we're going to have to unmake it.
The first thing we're going to do is unaround those tubes. You know, they can get a little squirrely when you weld on them. Now, Catco goes through all these quality control steps where you pressure test it, make sure it doesn't leak. But we're going to take this thing apart. We don't need that. We'll just skip it. Well, then we got to get this heat shield off, of course. I mean, that's just totally in our way. And while we're at it, we might as well take this date stamp and part number off. You know, and these pesky inlet and outlet tubes, let's just throw them back in the box. All right, this one's a little tricky. Resistance welding. We've got a current flowing through both sides of this flange. Let's just undo that. We'll peel it back so we can open it up. All right, let's pull these 4 tacks off, and voila. Thanks, Mark. All right, we unmade this cat just for you to see what's inside, the little magic, the special happenings. Now, we're gonna make the reveal. Open up the treasure chest, and that doesn't look very magical. Hey, Jeff, where's the leprechauns and the fairies? I thought they'd be all inside here.
Well, Kevin, I got just the guy for you. Why don't we take a walk over here and I'll show you.
All right, well, apparently there's more, so stick around. Welcome back. Now we're at Catco, and we're trying to understand really what's going on inside that catalytic converter. Like, how does the magic actually happen to take those dirty gases and make them clean? Now, we saw the R&D where they're actually measuring, you know, the OE fit, they're making the fixtures and jigs. We saw them make some of these things. We even saw the catalytic converter itself and open it up to reveal something that looks like nothing. So how does it do its magical thing? Now, apparently Bill is the guy that I need to talk to. So we're gonna go over here and grab him and see if he can't unlock some of those secrets for us. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Kevin.
Apparently you're the guy that's gonna tell us exactly what's going on inside that brick, because it just looks like nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. Why don't I take you to our catalyst supplier, Aristo Catalyst Technology, short ride from here, and we can get all those questions answered.
Okay, well, walking in here, I saw all these different colors, reds and blues and greens, and what's going on in this area?
This is a QC hold area, and all product that comes into the company is QC'd. Stampings, flanges, gaskets. Basically, they're checked now dimensionally, either to print or just a dimensional check like this. I mean, for example, this is a finished good part that we've made here, and it's a California product, and it's laser etched. It's marked with the California executive order number, the part number, and the date. And again, like all of the Catco products, it's a 409 stainless steel shell and pipes, which is how we produce all of our converters.
And that's going to keep it from rusting out. It's going to keep it through the lifespan that it's got to do to keep
Correct.
scrubbing all those dirty gases and not fall out from under your car. Okay, well, I'm getting a little anxious. I want to know exactly how that thing works. So let's go take a ride.
All right, let's go. Okay, well, this is Aristo. Basically, all the loading machinery and everything you're going to see here is proprietary. They've developed everything themselves, including the formulations.
So what you're saying is we're really getting the inside scoop.
Oh, absolutely. It's very rare for them to allow an outside tour. I mean, outside of an existing customer or an actual customer. So somebody off the street, it's very rare.
They're not going to shoot us when we're done, are they?
You never know. It could happen. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see
Doug,
you.
this is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, great to meet you. Heard a lot about you.
Thanks. Well, I hear you're the guy that's got all the secrets.
I try to have some secrets.
So how is it that we can take all this dirty gas and turn it into something that's really, really clean?
Well, that's the fascinating part, because actually, before you got here, I grabbed a few samples that we can use to talk about. This would be what you saw inside the converter when you cut them open, right?
Yep.
So yes, no moving parts. Actually, this is an uncoated substrate, which has, I did some calculations too before you got here, busy, 36 square feet of surface area on this uncoated piece.
So if I took, 6x6 piece of paper and I folded it up to get all these little passages, that'll fit into this little brick.
It would fit in here with all of the little walls and the channels.
Okay, that's a lot of surface area. I could see that.
So let's take a little step forward. Let's say that we applied our wash coat, which is a high surface area base carrier for the catalyst where the precious metals are on. This particular piece right here has not 36 square feet, but over 250,000 square feet of surface area has been applied to this piece.
250,000 square feet? I mean, I don't even know how big that is.
It's huge.
Yeah, maybe like 4 football fields used.
There's about 7,000 times more surface area in this piece than before it was coated.
Okay, so now that we've got this surface area that's been exposed or enhanced, now what?
Okay, well, let me tell you first how we got all that surface area, because that's part of the magic of the catalyst is we get some powdered raw materials that are designed to be very thermally stable. It means they can handle high temperature without losing surface area,
Yeah,
which is
exhaust is
critical.
pretty hot.
It's pretty hot. A lot of our powders are designed to withstand 1,000 or 1,100 degree C. So we take the high surface area materials that we've designed and developed, and we put the precious metal on. Precious metal is really the catalytic component. That's what does the job. But
And these are things like you buy wedding rings out of, right? Platinum.
Platinum. There's also even some palladium jewelry that's in the market now because of the metal prices being so volatile. These precious metals are somewhat diluted right now for use, but we buy them in a highly concentrated form so that as we dissolve them, apply them, and spread them out on the substrate, they are very effective. Once we get the ingredients all put together and they're on that piece, a lot of it comes down to the way the vehicle's managed, the engine control system, because the catalyst is designed, it has to be designed to work under lean and rich conditions, this typical oscillation that your vehicle is going through.
Now, how do you know how much of this to put on or how big a brick to make?
Quite variable, and what we'll start with is customer requirements. So, Bill, what do you? How would you spec that out for us?
Generally, it would be depending upon what we're trying to do, what emissions level we're trying to hit, the engine size, maximum engine size. It depends if it's going to be an EPA certification or a California certification. California requires us to be much more adept at identifying a specific engine family and trying to test for that. So I would provide that information to Doug. Try to provide him any additional information I have on how the car runs, maybe raw baselines, and we'd go from there.
Okay, so you've got all the basic ingredients in there. The cat's full of this stuff. Maybe what we'll do when we take a break, we'll come back and explain what that really means. Okay? All right, welcome back. I'm with Doug. Now we're at Aristo. Now these are the guys that make the core that goes inside the catalytic converter. So we just walked through how these guys put a wash coating on it, which gives it a lot of surface area, and we put these precious elements on there like platinum and palladium and rhodium or iridium or you name it. So that gives us all these surface area sites for when we're blowing these gases through. We can grab things right out of that, airstream, and we can start stripping them down. And depending on if we're rich and lean, we can sort of put them back in to make different elements coming out. It's kind of a magical thing.
Right. Let me show you how that works. And what we do in this reactor system, this will basically simulate your exhaust gas conditions. And we take a sample of a catalyst core and put it at the end of this furnace heater system. Because what we do is we'll simulate an exhaust gas composition from your engine, something you specify. Say, here are my conditions. We dial them in on the computer.
Right.
And here's how we do it on this test bed system. These two valves right here are used to control, just like a PCM would, the lean and rich excursions in the operating system of the car. We have certified gases on the other side of this wall that are of specific concentrations that we program in the conditions. So the gases are coming through this manual control board just for delivery purposes. But over here, all these black boxes are mass flow controllers. We're actually measuring by weight the amount of gases going into the sample core, and it's coming through a heater system, just as it would on your car.
So you can simulate pretty much any engine configuration or cycle or mode that engine's in. I mean, these are basically exhaust gases getting pumped into this machine, right?
That's exactly right.
Right, and you said like that oxygen, the way we grab it and release it, it's trying to take oxide of nitrogen, one of these noxious gases, and strip the oxygen out so you have this friendly nitrogen coming out the end. Or if you got hydrocarbon or CO, you throw an oxygen on it and you got H2O and CO2, which are also friendly. So being able to play with that oxygen and grabbing it and releasing it, whether you're lean or rich, is really the secret mechanism on how that thing that looks like it does nothing, does everything.
And you know what? It is. It's all about the oxygen, something we breathe every day. But the presence or lack of oxygen in the catalyst is what really helps make it work.
Right. Now you guys have a heater element on here, so you can change the temperature, you can ramp it up, just like in a real world?
Right. Let me show you a test example. One of the tests that we run is called a light-off test. And basically, you have your exhaust gases here. If you look down at the lower temperature range, you basically see no conversion efficiency.
Right, so all that dirty stuff is blowing right through,
That's right. Most of it happens in the first 1 to 2 minutes of a 45-minute test.
Right, and you can see, as you build up heat, all of a sudden you're converting those bad gases into good gases. So
exactly right.
It's that light off, getting that cat hot, that actually turns it on.
You're right. So you want the catalyst to light off as quick as possible to be as efficient as possible. This is why maybe in some of your work you see catalytic converters becoming closer and closer to the engines to start working faster.
Right. Well, this is actually a really neat machine. I wouldn't mind sneaking a peek at some of that other stuff you got in the back.
Sure, we can do that. We'll take a walk. Well, Kevin, you asked to see how we do it, and here we are at the beginning of the production line. We'll take the ceramic substrates, load them on the automated conveyor, and from there, the machine takes care of all the business. It'll apply the wash coat, the precious metals, do the temperature controlled heating and calcining, and then they're off to the customer.
All right, what a really cool process. Thanks for showing us all this technology and really explaining how this thing works. I had a really enjoyable time today.
Great, we enjoyed having you.
Thanks a lot. I'm gonna go find Bill and hit the road.
Great, take care.
Well, Kevin, I hope you enjoyed your tour. I hope you've learned everything you possibly could ever want to learn about CATCO and catalytic converters.
Man, I tell you what, my brain almost hurts. So I think you guys have done your job. Thanks for all the things you guys have shown us. Hopefully the viewers out there learned a few things too.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, check out speed.com or visit TwoGuysGarage.com.
Welcome to the break room. This is where we show you the cool tools and parts for your car.
Yeah, this is from Grip Type Super Sockets and Super Wrenches. Now these are great because it'll take all those rounded, off bolts and nuts, and instead of, grabbing on the corners, it'll grab right on the flats. And the tighter you turn it, imagine this, the tighter it grips.
Oh, I can imagine it. Don't imagine it. Actually, look.
Yeah, so we've ground off, all the corners on here, but you can see as we slide it in here, we're actually grabbing the flats with these little teeth. And as you turn it, it sort of cam locks in and really bites on that bolt. So you can take pretty much almost a rounded off bolt and really go in there and grab that sucker and pop it right out.
Yeah, these work really cool. And the other thing about them too is you can put the bolt in, hold it up, like say underneath the dash, somewhere where you can't reach very well, and it'll actually hold it for you, get it started. Now you can finish it off with a normal socket. It's really cool. That's from Grip Tight Super Sockets, Super Wrenches. Up next is from Duplicolor, and this is their Perfect Match paint. Cool thing about this, as the name sounds, it's perfectly matched to your paint code, and it's an acrylic lacquer, so it's easy to go on. It's a fast drying paint that you can do at home. Nice thing about Duplicolor is they're available in so many stores that you can go down, pick it up, pick out your color, and drag it home. It's really close.
Yeah, and like you said, because it exactly matches your color of your car, if you got scratches and dents, they're easily repairable, so it's a great, small project paint system. And if you're gonna add accessories, there's no need to go and professionally paint it. If you got a little lip spoiler or something like that, bang, everything matches and it's perfect and it goes right on.
Yep, get the color you want. That's Duplicolor Perfect Match.
Next up from Heartthrob Exhaust Accessories is their dual 3-inch exhaust system.
Now this fits the 05 until 10, the Magnums, the 300Cs, and the Chargers, so all the Chrysler products.
Yeah, fun cars to own and drive. It's got their flow pack mufflers for that deep, throaty exhaust sound.
Yep.
And it's aluminized tubing, so it's gonna last you for a long time. Mandrel bent C&C, so it's gonna fit right.
That's right. It's got the H-pipe in there, so you make sure you keep your balances going, get your horsepower increase, easy bolt-on system. Most of the kit is steel, but then at the tip where you're actually gonna see it coming out the back, got the nice stainless.
Yeah, great way to get that performance sound, that performance feel, out of your cool modern day rides. That's from Heartthrob Exhaust Accessories. It's their dual 3-inch exhaust kit.
All right, up next from LMC Truck, this is their Euro taillight lens set with the clear lenses, got the reflectors built inside of them.
Yeah, it's cool. It gives you a lot of options for how you want to style your truck, whether it's retro and restored, modern, or even the Euro look. So they've got, all different styles to pick from. This is their clear Euro style, ultra clear. It's got the chrome frame in the background, the red taillights. Uses your stock clear bulbs.
Yep.
Real easy to replace with lots of options in there for, like I said, styling out your truck.
Sure. LMC Truck has all kinds of brands. They have Ford, Chevy, Dodge, a lot of years involved there. You can go to their website and get their free catalog, all kinds of cool accessories.
It's LMC Truck. Go check them out. Hope you learned a lot today. Big thanks to Catco for letting us go behind the scenes and see how all these catalytic converters are made.
Cool tour.
How they work. And really for us, it's about, how we got the emissions clean so we can go out there and make all that horsepower that we lost there in the 70s and 80s,
Yep. Speaking of going green, we got to go. We're out of time. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.